Okay, colored pens up. Today's warm-up is a lot of review, but now I started with a question that I haven't taught how to do yet, but I want to see what you do with it, and we're going to explore it a little bit after we go through all of the answers. Number one, what did you get? We'll start with Amaya, Aaron, and then Christopher.
56 ounces.
So I actually have a typing mistake here. It is 56 ounces, so let me change that 52 to a 56. I actually think I did it wrong, so it is supposed to be 56. So I've told you that this is a safe place to make mistakes, and I've already made one mistake. 56 ounces is correct. Number two, what did we get? Start with India, Deandra, and then Najee.
Negative 38. Negative 38.
So you two agree. It is negative 38. Very good. We're starting to learn the magic phrase. Number three, we'll start with China, and then Yasmin, and then Nicole.
Negative 12. Negative 12.
The correct answer is negative 12. So I got 6 people I know of who are definitely starting to understand change. What about the slightly tougher one? Brianna, Ethan, and then we'll go to Kiara.
Negative 23. Negative 23. Negative 23.
Correct answer is negative 23. I've got 9 people who definitely seem like they're understanding how to do keep change. Very good. Now some review and still some new material wrapped up into one. Evaluating, what did we get? We'll start with Christian, and then Deandra, and then Amaya.
21. Negative 25. Negative 25.
So 2 of you agree, 1 person does not agree. It is negative 25. Number 6 is a review of way old material. You can say negative 36 is greater than negative 44, negative 36 is less than negative 44, or you can say negative 36 is equal to negative 44. What do you say? We'll start with Justin and then India.
36 is more than.
Okay, well, there's no 36 there, but okay. Well,
Negative 36.
okay.
Negative 36 is greater than.
That's what I was looking for. Negative 36 is greater than negative 44. Number 7, another review of an old concept. Tough one. What did we get? We'll start again with Brianna and then go to Aaron.
60.
I didn't trick either of them. The answer was 60. Now, last time I had 4 questions in my warm-up that all involved a whole number and fractions. So let's see if we started to get a little bit better at this. What do we get for number 8, China?
15.6.
It is 15 3/5, or 15.6 is the same thing. However, that converting to a decimal was completely unnecessary. You're going to see why in a minute. Number 9 and 10 is where things got a little bit more difficult. What do we get for number 9? Deandra, what'd you get?
9.
The correct answer is 9. Very good. What about number 10? Justin?
25.
The correct answer is 25. I'm very impressed. And what about number 11, which yesterday or the other day I claimed was an easy question? Let's see if this one is still easy. Taylor?
14.4.
It is 14 2/5. 14.4 is the same thing. How do I know that? Because I've memorized it, or I just know. However, converting to a decimal is a waste of time. Some of you are, let me back up. You're going to have to deal with fractions all this year and all next year and pretty much for the rest of your life. So when you convert to a decimal, what you are telling me is that you want to avoid the fraction. So I'm going to convert it to a decimal so I don't have to deal with it. And that doesn't make you a bad person, but it means you're using avoidance to solve a problem. And actually avoiding things makes things worse. So what we want to learn how to do is not convert it to a decimal. And for number 8, there's absolutely no reason Because anytime you add a whole number and a fraction, it's just going to become the whole number with the fraction. For example, could someone really right off the bat tell me 11 plus 1/4? What will that be? 11 plus 1/4, Justin. 11 and 1/4. What about 6 plus 1/3? What will 6 plus 1/3 become? Brianna? 6 and 1/3. So there's nothing you have to do. So don't convert to a decimal. Okay? It's completely unnecessary. Does anyone have any questions about my point there? Okay, we're going to talk about question number 1, but before we do, we're going to get a total. We're not going to include number 1 in the denominator. So everyone write a 10 as your denominator. If you got question number 1 correct, you still include it in your numerator. So it is possible that you would get 11 out of 10. And then you would have 110%. So hopefully we got 8 out of 10 or better. And that would be an 80%. Go ahead and write down yours. All right, so let's talk about number 1. Give me a thumbs up if you got number 1 correct. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Half the class. Put your thumbs down. So Brianna, what did you do?
I grouped them. Wait, I multiplied the 3 times 2, and then I kept on doing that, but adding the 14 to each time.
How'd you know when to stop?
When it got to 12, when I multiplied.
Oh.
Then I realized it to 12.
Oh, okay. Good approach. Good. So you kept multiplying by 2. You multiplied 3 times, and you said you multiplied it by 2.
No, I multiplied 3 times 3 until it got to 12. 3 and then times 2.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just trying to understand. I'm going to come look at your paper. I want to see what you did. Kiara, and then we'll go to Ethan. Kiara, what'd you do?
I did 12 divided by 3 and I ended up at 4.
Okay, hold on a second. I think you're onto something. So you did 12 divided by 3, and you got 4. Okay.
And then I did, I did 14 times 4.
Very good. And then you do 14 times 4, and that's where you get the 56. This is one approach, and there's many other approaches, and Ethan will tell us what he did. But what she did was she figured out the multiplier that this gentleman Larry used to increase his recipe. The multiplier. So what she figured out was if he was going to use 12 cups of chocolate, it was supposed to be 3. So he's multiplying the recipe a number of times. So she figured out that he multiplied it times 4. Well, if you multiply one part of a recipe times 4, you actually have to multiply every part of the recipe times 4. So you have to multiply this times 4, and this times 4, and this times 4. But the question said, how many ounces of sweetened condensed milk? So then you know to focus on this right here. And you do 14 times 4, and that's where you get the 56. That is not the only way to do it, but that is a fabulous way of doing it. Ethan, you were next. How did you do it? Exact same way. Did anyone do it differently? Amaya?
Since there are 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk in every 3 cups,
Mm-hmm.
and I did since there were 12 cups, I did 12 divided by 3, which is 4, and I did 14 times 4, and I got 56.
Okay, so it was a similar approach, you just kind of viewed it a little bit differently. You saw, okay, I divide the 12 by 4 to get the 3, and then you use that 4 again. So it was pretty similar, but a slightly different viewpoint. Very good, and a good explanation as well. Anyone do it completely differently? Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Because half my class didn't get it initially. Hopefully you have some idea of what to do. So Brianna, your approach was different. I think what you were trying to say was you took the 3 and the 14, and I think you were saying you added another 3 and another 14, and then you added another 3 and another 14, and then you added a 3. That's when you got the 12, and then you added one more 14, and that's when you got the 56. Is that what you did? Okay, and that's a great approach. So you just kept, basically you kept saying, okay, I'm going to add another recipe and another recipe and another one until I reach this 12, and then I'll know how many ounces altogether. Great approach. Other comments, questions? Okay, put today's warm-up on the opposite corner of your desk. Today, we're going to go from adding and subtracting integers, which we did over the last 2 lessons, and we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing integers. There's a reason why I lumped them together. You're going to see why in a few seconds. Multiplying and dividing integers are the easiest operations when dealing with integers, because all you have to do is follow a couple of basic rules, and then you just use what you already know. If you already know that 4 times 6 is 24, then you know that negative 4 times negative 6 is 24 because of these rules. Here's the first rule. If the signs are the same, the answer is going to be positive, no matter what. If the signs are the same, the answer will be positive. So I can actually break that down to 3 words. 4 words. Signs, same, answer, positive. The signs are the same, the answer is positive. The other part of the rules is if the signs are different, the answer is negative. Signs different, answer negative. Besides that, again, you just have to know how to multiply and divide, which you've been doing for years now. So we're going to do some rapid fire examples first to make sure we understand what I mean by signs being the same or the signs being different. I want to make sure you understand what I mean by that. So everyone make a quick 3-column table. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be huge. Just a simple 3-column table. And like I said, we're going to do some rapid fire examples. I'm going to put up a problem. I want you to look at it and I want you to decide for yourself. Are the signs the same or are they different? That's all I want you to do. So, 8 times 13. Are the signs the same or are they different? Someone raise their hand and help us out. Signs the same or different? China?
Same.
They're the same. Aaron, they are both, they're both what? They're both positive. So the signs are the same. That means when I multiply them, the answer is going to be positive. So now just multiply. Don't pick up your calculator. That would be ridiculous. Multiplying 8 times 13 can be done mentally very easily. Everyone do 8 times 10 in your head.
80.
And what's 8 times 3?
24.
What's 80 plus 24?
104.
No calculator needed. Use your brain. So, that was a little side trip. But the point is this. The signs are the same. The answer is positive. Let's check another one. What about negative 14 divided by negative 7? All I want you to do is decide, are the signs the same or are they different? Raise your hand. Christian? They're the same. Christian, they're both what?
Negative.
They're both negative, but they're the same. And since they're the same, the answer is going to be positive. So now just do 14 divided by 7. 14 divided by 7 is what?
2.
Aaron? 2. So the answer is positive 2. Does anyone have any questions so far? Okay, let's keep going. 1 times negative 2. Are the signs the same or are they different? India? They're different. One's positive and one's negative, so the signs are different. When the signs are different, the answer will be negative. So now just do 1 times 2. Well, that's easy. So the answer is negative 2. So that's what I'm trying to get you to focus on right now, is noticing whether they're the same or different. Any questions? What about negative 18 divided by 6? Oops, excuse me, sorry about that. Negative 18 divided by 6. Are the signs the same or are they different? Same or different? Brianna?
Different.
They're different. Very good. The top is negative, the bottom is positive. They're different, which means my answer is going to be negative. Now just do 18 divided by 6. 18 divided by 6. Someone raise their hand. Deandra?
3.
3. So we get an answer of negative 3. Ethan, you had a question? Or okay. So does anyone have any questions on how to determine whether or not the signs are the same or different? Go ahead.
Is this only the multiplication and division?
It is, and that's actually going to be a very big issue that we're going to talk about a little bit later. The biggest issue I have with my students is they start using rules for one thing for something else. But I'm going to talk about that later on. Let's just get through what we're doing now. And I'm glad you asked, Justin. Thank you. So, there's one extra little piece to this. Notice I put it in really big letters. I put stars next to it. I underlined it, and then I highlighted it. Boy, that must be really important. Yeah, it is. The rules only work for 2 numbers at a time. Well, what do you mean, Mr. Gallant? I don't understand. What do you mean 2 numbers at a time? Let me show you an example. If I wanted to do negative 3 times negative 5 times negative 6. I am going to use these rules, but I cannot say, oh, negative, 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 they're all the same, so the answer is going to be positive. That's not how it works. You can only do 2 numbers at a time, so you must first look at these 2 and say, oh, their signs are the same. The answer to this is going to be positive 15. Then multiply it times negative 6. You can only do 2 numbers at a time. Does anyone have any questions? Don't worry, if you're not sure, it will get cleared up in a little while. So let's go ahead and work on some questions from beginning to end. So, simplify each expression. And we are going to go pretty quickly because you guys are already demonstrating that you're catching on pretty quickly. So I'm going to ask 3 people. We're working together as a group, but we're still just trying to make sure we understand. I'm going to ask, are the signs the same or are they different? And you need to tell me. Then I'm going to ask the second person, does that mean the answer is going to be positive or negative? And then the third person is going to tell me what the answer is. So, for part A, negative 2 times 15, are the signs the same or are they different? Taylor? They're different. Okay, next person, somebody else. Does that mean the answer is going to be positive or negative? Amaya?
Negative.
Very good. So I already know it's going to be negative something. Can someone tell me what the answer is going to be? China?
Negative 30.
Very good. You said that perfectly. All three of you, great job. Any questions about this? Good. Part B. Are the signs the same or are they different? Same or different, Nicole? They are the same. So is the answer going to be positive or negative, Yasmin? Positive. Very good. So I can already write down it's positive something. So now someone tell me what the actual answer is. Deandra?
Positive 6.
Positive 6. Very good. Any questions about that? Okay? Good. I think we're doing extremely well. So I'm going to actually modify the lesson. I don't even think we need as many as I put in. So I'm going to get rid of, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to actually get rid of this. And I'm going to change this one to part C. This one's important. So I'm going to ask the same questions again, and we'll see what we do with this one. So my first question was, are the signs the same or are they different? Are the signs the same or different? Justin and then Christian. They're the same.
Different.
Say they're different. You think they're different? China?
Same.
Think they're the same. Okay. So it's confusing. So let's do this. Can someone tell me another way to write negative 6 squared? What's another way to write it? What's another way to write it? Dalia? So let me write that down, and I'm going to ask my question again. Could someone now raise their hand? Are the signs the same or are they different? Brianna? They are the same. So China, you were right initially. And so Justin, I appreciate you flip-flopping on your answer because it was confusing. But they are the same, which means that when we actually do the calculation, it is going to be positive. And so what's the value? What does it come out to? Amaya? Positive 36. So here's why students get confused, because students look at this negative and then they look at the 2. But the 2 isn't really a number. The 2 is just telling us how many times to multiply this number. So you cannot go by this number here. You must look at this and how many times you're writing it out. Okay? Very good. Excellent job. Are there any questions? All right, so let's see how you do on your own. Checkpoint number 1. You got 3 questions. You got 1 minute. Remember, you don't have to copy checkpoint questions. You just need to find the answer. Any work you need to do, you should write down. But if you can do stuff mentally, go ahead and do some stuff mentally. I still see some people finishing up. That's okay. Go ahead and take a few more seconds to finish up. You didn't do anything wrong. All right, what did we get? Part A. Start with Christopher, India, Yasmin. Christopher, what'd you get? What'd you get? Negative 14. Messed that up a little bit. Negative 14. What about part B? Christian, Deandra, Aaron. What'd you get?
12.
Correct answer is 12. Positive 12. Very good. What about this last one? What did we get? We'll go to Taylor, and then Ethan, and then Najee. 64. That is correct. Very, very good. Very impressive. Comment. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me survey the class. Give me a thumbs up if you got all three of them correct. Good. So that's a lot of us, but there's still some who are still learning. Good. Put your thumbs down. Questions on any of these? Justin?
I don't get the first one.
Okay. So it says 2 times negative 7. Are the signs the same or are they different?
Oh, what it was? I thought that I got it divide.
Okay. It's 2 times negative 7. That's a multiplication dot.
Is the workbook what is that? No,
Beep?
Yes.
What? The textbook?
Yes.
The textbook, yes, is on Beep. Okay. Anyway, any other questions about this? Okay. So now we're going to up the level of complexity quite a bit. Because again, we are pre-algebra, so now we have to incorporate algebra concepts with the basic integer concepts. So evaluate xw over z when x is negative 1, w is negative 10, and z is 5. Before we can do this, we need to clarify a couple of things. What operation is being done on the top? What operation is that, Najee? That's multiplication. And what does this bar mean? What are we supposed to do with that? What are we supposed to do with that? India? Divide. So we have to make sure we understand what's happening. And now since we're being asked to evaluate, we have to plug in numbers. So x is negative 1, so we're going to plug in a negative 1. But then we're going to multiply that times w, which is negative 10. And then we're going to divide by 5. Now, when I did the lesson on order of operations, we actually discussed the idea of a fraction bar. And I taught you how to deal with it. What I taught, hopefully you remember. What do you remember? Amaya?
That should do the operation on the top and bottom and then divide.
That was perfect. Simplify the top, simplify the bottom, and then divide at the end. So that's what we do. Simplify the top. So we're just going to do this first. So negative 1 times negative 10. What are we going to get? Aaron? 10. So this is going to become 10 over, well, that's already simplified, so it's just 10 over 5. And now divide at the end. 10 divided by 5. Someone raise your hand. What do we get? Got a lot of people. China? 2. So this has a value of 2. Any questions about that? Okay, let's up the level of complexity a little bit more. Evaluate k squared. You got a question? Go ahead.
Yeah. So even on these problems with that one, you still have to do the rule.
Yeah, the rule applies when there's multiplication and division. So this was a multiplication. So we said to ourselves, the signs are the same. So the answer is going to be positive. 1 times 10 is 10. Okay? I just did it a little quicker that time. Okay? Good. I'm glad you stopped me to ask. Part B, it is quite a bit more difficult. K squared over h minus g. So now, again, evaluate means to plug in and then find the value. So k is negative 7, so it's negative 7 squared over h is 12, g is negative 9, and they're being subtracted. So now go back to what Amaya said a few minutes ago. Simplify the top. So we have to simplify the top first. It's negative 7 times negative 7. What do we get when we do that? You should have that memorized. Dalia? That's 49. Very good. So this becomes 49 over, and now what do we do on the bottom here? That looks really ugly. What is that? Brianna? So now Brianna is starting to understand that that's not multiplication or division. That's a subtraction question, and that's something you learned the other day. So now you have to do keep, change, change, and you get 21. Go ahead, Ethan. Now you got the last step?
Yeah.
What do we end up with?
2.3 repeating.
You get 2.3 repeating, which is really 2 1/3. 2.3 repeating is fine. I don't really care in this case, since it is a bit difficult. Any questions? All right, so now I'm going to challenge you. Checkpoint number 2 is a tough one. So you got 2 minutes. Give it a shot. Remember, you don't have to copy the whole thing. You are going to have to write something because you won't be able to do it. So go ahead and let's see who can really push themselves, really elevate their level. All right. How did we do? Got Aaron, Justin, Brianna, and then Deandra. Aaron.
16. 8.
8.
A lot of people think it's 8. Correct answer is 8. I'm actually very impressed. So far, this is the first class that had so many people initially get it correct. I've done this with 2 other classes, and some people got it right, but I had a much lower rate of success. But I do want to go over it. So my students who got it right, you're going to help out. First, let me rewrite the question. A is negative 20, so we've got negative 20 squared over B is negative 10. That's being squared also, plus a negative 50. So where are my students who got it right? Taylor, what do you get on the top? 400. So that's a 400. The bottom, I don't want to do the whole bottom, I just want this value. What does that come out to? Yasmin? 100. So this is what the bottom is now. So what's 100 plus negative 50 come out to? Brianna? 50. So this becomes 400 divided by 50, which is 8. Okay? Any comments or questions on checkpoint number 2? Yes. You put 150? Yeah, the most common mistake I had with all of my students was when you got to this part right here, students just put 150 because you weren't sure what to do. That's okay. I mean, you got part of the way. Okay? Christian and then Dalia?
I messed up on the bottom because I forgot that 10 was supposed to be squared, so I put 20.
Another common mistake. Very good. Same thing? Okay. What did you do on the top, though? Did you put... You put 400, so it was just one mistake that you made. Good. Okay. I do have another example, but I'm actually going to skip over it, so don't worry about what you see on the next screen. And your classwork. So everyone draw a line across your paper. Your classwork is in the textbook, page 45. You're going to do 26 Part A only. Then you're going to do 27 A and B. And then you're going to do 31, 33, 39, and 41. We're going to count it as 7 questions. 1, parts A and B, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a total of 7 questions. All right, colored pens. Let's see how we are doing. Number 26 was quite a bit of work. Here's what your table should have looked like. I'm counting it as one question, but you can mark each little space separately. It's fine. I don't care how you do it. But most of you got this column. That was the number of numbers over there. So there was 2, 3, 4, 5. The product means find the answer to this expression. So some of you weren't sure, but a lot of you figured this out. Here was the whole key. This answer was positive, this one was negative, this one was positive, this one was negative. I'm going to reveal the answers when they're done, then I'll talk a little bit more. So keep marking your paper.
The following students please report to the office: Tyler Morjon, Taylor Thompson, and Devontae James. Please report to the office. If you are interested in student council, please sign up in Ms. Hodges' care class. Tomorrow, you must sign up to participate on the executive board. Do you have school spirit? Are you interested in trying out for the 2013-2014 Millennium Middle Cheerleading Squad? Mrs. Morris will be having an informational meeting in room 211 after school on Monday, September 16th. Anyone interested is welcome to attend. Attention students, How would you like to pull up to the scene with the ceiling missing while eating donuts? This Friday before school at 8:30 a.m. in the blue hallway by the buses and by the track near the 6th grade building. Krispy Kreme donuts will be sold individually for 75 cents or 3 for $2. Stars, show your swag and fill your donut bag. Attention students, please inform your parents that Menchie's, Yummy Yogurt, and Papa John's Pizza will be here for you to purchase during open house, which is today. Yogurt is $3 a cup, and pizza will be $2 a slice. Come in and enjoy. There are 0 spots left for the Rising Stars fall basketball season. On Friday at 4:30 p.m. to 5:45 p.m., all players that have paid for the basketball fall season will be allowed to come to the gym and experience the instructional practice and receive their uniform. Please have transportation arrangements in advance. It is now time for the bus lineup, bus 1026, 1211, 1210, 2038, 1039, 2030, 2008, 1447, 2006, 2111, 2044, 1445, and 1027. The following students please report to the front office: Taylor Thompson and Devontae James. Please report to the front office. That's all for the action and announcement. Teachers, please get your classrooms ready for dismissal and have a wonderful afternoon.
Okay, I'm sorry that I'm running out of time. I apologize. You guys did a really good job. Hopefully you did okay on the classwork. Your homework, 28 to 52 even. Don't do number 44. Don't do number 44. I am going to count this as 14 questions because 28 has 3 parts. I'm going to count them as 3 separate questions. Next week will be your Chapter 1 test, but I don't know which day yet because we have BAT testing and I'm just not sure of the schedule yet. So as soon as I know, I will let you know. I will never